Empire had all the drama tonight. We finally got to look at Maya, Cookie's mom, and what's up with the music for 20 for 20? Next on the Empire After Show.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Oh my God. Talk to us, Drake. Well, that's
I'm still waiting for the drop.
I know, we're waiting for the drop. Ow! Hey!
This is like my morning drive to work, like
To get us in good
Drake.
spirits, pick us up.
Yes.
Nice for what? That's what we're asking.
Right?
Welcome to the Empire After Show. I'm Jill Munroe, along with Abigail.
What's up?
It's just the two of us here today. Roll on, hey! We decided to start with a little Drake because nice for what? You know what getting nice gets you?
Losing Empire.
Maybe. Yeah. Exactly.
They tried to do Eddie right. What did that get you?
Eddie's trying to steal it. Don't have no logical explanations. Just scheme, plot. Welcome to episode 14 of the AfterBuzz TV After Show for Empire. False Face. That would be the name of this episode. And we have a lot to discuss. So much. More jail flashbacks.
More everything. I mean,
Cookie's mom. A party. Number ones. You know, back to the music. Maybe we're trying to go back to the roots a little bit. What are your initial thoughts of this episode?
First half had me like glued.
Right.
And then it kind of lost its
Slow down
momentum a little. But I thought it was a dope episode overall. I think it left us wanting more, and like there's nothing that was really wrapped up in this episode, which is cool.
Right. So 100% we got to check back next
week. Like it
week.
almost was just like opened, you know? Like we're not even in the middle of like all the junk yet, I don't think.
So let's jump right in. Let's start off with talking about Maya, Pound Cake's baby girl. She's 19 in college, like we mentioned last week. A ballerina.
No.
Okay, look.
You could have done better with the casting.
First and foremost, I'm not gonna be mad at the casting just yet. I'm mad that they put her in a tutu. Nobody at 19 that is in dance in college is still wearing that type of tutu.
Like maybe during a performance, but not.
Yeah, and it would be not.
It was
not
very
just
extra.
in class.
It was
a dance skirt maybe.
Yeah.
And as a former dancer, those were not ballet arms. The arch, things like that. I'm sorry, it's just the little things like that affect me. You know, the positioning of the hands. It's very specific when you're in dance class. So
yeah, I was a ballerina until I was like 7.
You know.
No, but I have friends that are like, you know, did it long, still are professional, and
yeah, I wouldn't make it that far.
She's a little. I mean, not that ballerinas all have to be super skinny, but she was a little not the body type that I was thinking.
I can let my imagination wander. Again, my thing was the hand placement. Yeah. Just there is
beautiful.
An arc. She is beautiful. That's Ryan Nicole Brown. She plays Pound Cake's daughter. You know, she's a little bourgeois, so it seems.
Yes.
Where's she at? NYU? NYU, taking dance.
Performing arts school, you know.
Yeah. So Cookie gets the info from Thirsty. I wonder how much they pay Thirsty.
I wonder that too. Like
Thirsty has to be racking up the big bucks because he always comes through. His info is always good. It's never like, oh damn, I messed that one up. Right. It's always on point.
It took him like 24 hours to figure that out.
So Cookie went to go see Maya. She didn't really have a plan. She didn't know what she was gonna say to her, but obviously, you know, she wants to make this happen for Pound Cake because Pound Cake is in her last months from cancer, and it brought Cookie back to thoughts of her own mother and the confusion that she has relating to her mother. So she wasn't sure how to approach Maya, so she used the Empire card, which...
Yeah, how do you what did you think of that? Like that whole, the process that she went about revealing that information?
I think that one, if you're going to go to someone's school, you got to have a plan.
Yeah.
And it's not like Cookie not to have a plan, just like, oh, I'm just going to get here and freestyle it. I thought the Empire card was a good card to pull because, I mean, let's face it, if a famous record owner stepped to you, record label owner stepped to you like, hey, I want to make you a star. I want to put you in like our biggest artist video. You down? Are you going to say no?
Right. And on that, I feel like she wouldn't have walked away that quickly either at the like, I think that was all a little quick. Like, you do that to a regular person, but you wouldn't do that when it's your career on the line. I mean, yes, she's in college and doesn't really know, you know, she's not that put together yet, but I don't think out of just sheer embarrassment, you wouldn't speak to somebody that way, especially based on the way that her upbringing, you know, all of those things coming into play. Like, I don't think that was super believable.
Let's talk about Tiana's diva attitude for a second. You don't like any of the choreographers. No, and she was in there killing it.
She's a diva. She's like a Mariah Carey wannabe.
Eddie's pumped her head up.
He has, yeah.
He's priming her to be wife number 4. Wifey number 4.
He creeps me out still, though.
Because the others just don't do. Shout out to Pleasure P, girlfriend number 2.
But yeah, I don't know. It was, yeah.
It was a bit
Tiana's
much.
too much.
Tiana's too much.
But that's real. I feel like that's a real representation of the way artists are acting.
But I think, you know, later on, kind of jumping around, when she mentioned to Hakeem, I've been here for 3 years and you guys haven't done anything for me in 6 months, she's finally seeing some traction in her career.
True.
Attention is a drug, and if she's felt, you know, unimportant on the label, struggling, in addition to her, you know, being unsure what's going on with her and Hakeem, it makes sense that she would want to kind of lean into him because he's giving her that diva support. Right. You know, everybody needs a mentor.
100%.
We need mentors here at AfterBuzz.
And if you guys, some of you who watch regularly, have already heard of Maria's podcast. For those of you who are new, Maria Menounos has a podcast, and it's about learning to grow and have fun in all areas of your life. So it's called Conversations with Maria Menounos, podcast edition, and it's hosted by AfterBuzz TV founder, and it's every Friday on iTunes. It features celebrity influencer interviews along with tips and secrets on how to better your life in all aspects. From health and wellness to career to relationships. It has finances. She includes a lot of like big sister advice. So I think that
Tiana needs.
Yeah, which Tiana needs, and even, you know, men out there could listen and get a woman's perspective on things as well. I think that would be really great for some of you out there. So you can go to iTunes and you can subscribe to Conversations with Maria Menounos for free, and be sure to rate and comment and let them know that the people from Empire sent you.
We're your favorite.
Yes.
Heart. Josh doesn't know
Josh doesn't like me falling over my words.
So, back to Empire. Sorry, guys. We just, you know, we love when Josh comes to work the show. He's one of our favorites. He gets us together.
Love you guys, too.
He tries.
So, let's talk about Eddie versus everybody. I feel like Eddie is just grasping at straws and swinging out there, trying to find anybody to connect with and try and save his neck. I kind of feel like we should have wrapped this up last week, because we found out he could have gotten Empire in trouble with insider trading.
Right.
He set up all his ex-wives to buy stock in there. You already know he was trying to steal the company from up under you. Did you really think he was just going to sign the paperwork and go away? Are Cookie and Lucious getting soft in their old age? I mean, what's going on?
I feel like both. Yes, they were. I think they were soft in the aspect of thinking that he was going to do that, but I also think he was soft in the aspect where he was like, yeah, I'll sign. Like, got me with this one.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Like, I mean, I guess he could have a career potentially outside of that.
But he's
always scheming, like, on to the next one. He's like, oh, well, as long as, you know, the board doesn't know this stuff still, then maybe I can, like, finesse my way into another situation.
Maybe there's guilt because Cookie feels guilty because she brought him in because Lucious was Dwight at the time and going through some things. He had lost a leg, lost his mind. You know, things were different. So maybe that had something to do with it. I do find it interesting that the board was so taken with him, especially Edna. Now, Edna can act like she wasn't checking for Eddie and his suave and debonair attention, but I think she was.
She was feeling it. She was feeling it. That was a really funny scene too.
Yeah.
That was a little bit of comedic relief with all the ex-wives coming in and being like, one does not look like the other.
They're like, your receptionist told me to meet you here. Well, this one told me to meet you here. I like that Lucious set him up because he knew that the woman drama would be a turnoff.
In like a cool way, rather than like this aggressive, like.
He just let the women speak
let the women take over. They'll ruin everything.
All the dirty work, yeah. And Edna was like clutching her pearls, like, what?
Yeah. All
these women? She's like, well, no, I don't think we're on a date. Are we, Eddie? She was looking for Eddie to.
Like, are we together?
Are we? I want to recommend to the board that they keep you around. I like what you're doing.
But isn't that so funny? That's really how women are. Like, if we feel like someone's feeling us, we'll do whatever we can to, like, help better them.
Sometimes,
and then
yeah.
As soon as you get a whiff of, like, maybe not, you're like, oh, screw you.
Right.
Like, not happening.
I mean, that's what ride or dies do. That's why you have, you know, some of these men that are homosexuals. You know, they are, not Eddie, of course, but, you know, the ones that float around and find women to take care of them, and they're in a relationship for a home. You can look that up. So, you know, when he got taken out by Lucious with the women, he then decides, who can I go holler at next? I'm going to go hit up Shyne.
That was just dumb.
So did you think that Shyne, I mean, what did you think? Did you expect Shyne to go flip as fast as he did, or what did you think?
So the reason I didn't, I guess I was very like, whatever with when he approached him, but I didn't think Shyne was ever going to do that because he still has to watch his back on the fact that, like, Andre didn't out him.
Right.
He just outed himself. So I don't think he's going to do anything to kind of get on the wrong side of Lucious again. I think he learned his lesson.
Or not.
Or not. But to a certain extent, at least of trusting others.
In his involvement.
Yeah.
He just wants to keep his 25% together.
Yeah. Like, you saw him. He looked flossy in that little jacket. He's making some dollars. He's good.
Smooth out at the table. Rosé. Whatever they were
salad.
drinking. Hennessy. Whatever. All right. We see you, Exhibit. We hope you're
I just
staying
love
on for a while.
Exhibit.
We do. And if you guys haven't checked out our interview with Exhibit that we did a couple of
check it
weeks
out.
back, you know, hit that AfterBuzz TV dramas under Empire, and it's there for you. Anyway, so that is a strikeout for Eddie, and he's still, I don't know. You know, he got Tori to #1. Got her back on the, but I mean, Tori had some bangers once in a while, but I thought the whole thing with Tori, which was confusing to me, him getting her back on the drugs, was that when she was on the drugs, the music wasn't so great.
Is that how it was?
I think because she was a mess when she was drugged out.
It's almost like she has to be in that mid stage of drug induced pleasure. Like, she can't be sober, but she can't be like so beyond. I think she needs to just be like tipsy in the drug world or something.
Like 2
just
puffs,
a little high.
maybe not pills, maybe a swallow.
I don't know. Maybe like I feel like
know.
she's like, you know, just needs to do like a line or something, and then that stops.
And that makes her creativity.
And she's doing like an 8-ball. Like, you know, I don't know why I'm doing this in coke terms, but or like, you know what I'm saying? Like because she does do hard drugs. You know, it's not like she's not just smoking weed. And that kind of I felt that coming when we were like, "Where's Tori?"
Right, she's off someplace doing something
she shouldn't be doing,
buying drugs.
Yeah.
I did think that it was interesting that Tori had a #1 R&B album.
Thank you.
And Tiana had the pop and R&B charts. I'm like, I mean,
but how could they both be #1? So it was a different R&B chart. It was new R&B. Like,
I don't know.
Even
Maybe
mean?
one was a single. I thought that was again one of those things that maybe we were just supposed to rumble past it.
Also, why was Tiana on stage for her #1, but then Tori's just in the crowd? It's like, oh, and you're #1 too. Like, that threw me off a little.
You know, that's a great point. I didn't think about that.
Sorry, because I was just thinking if I was Tori, I'd be pissed.
Me too. I'm like, where's my party?
Shyne?
Like, where's my announcement?
Yeah.
That's a great point. I don't know. Yeah, a little jealousy, little things there. But speaking of #1, you want to help us be #1? We know we're #1 in your eyes. If you are listening to this podcast on iTunes, make sure that you leave us 5 stars. If you're on YouTube, give us a thumbs up. It really helps us out. Let us know that you appreciate us, like we appreciate you, because we like you. And we like being here.
Sometimes, no, I'm just kidding.
Just the simple things. We just want to make sure that we are constantly checking in with you guys and that we are getting feedback from you. So that's why we always tell you to hit us up. If you're in the live chat right now, hit us up there. We will shout you out.
Yeah, they're all cute. They're all saying hey to each other. Like, y'all are like a pack of people there. Like
Who
a
are the
family.
names? Shout them out real quick.
Xavier Jones and Silver Watcher 30. And let's see who else. Well, Silver Watcher 30 and Xavier, they be talking a lot on here.
They talk to each other. They were in the Star After Show too.
Melissa, Stewart. Yeah, I like that you guys all like communicate together. It's cute. We want more involvement with you guys. So if you do comment below, or if you like something or thought we could do something different, like, we do appreciate the feedback or what you'd like to see more of.
100%.
Yeah, can we real quick, while we're on Tori, talk about how trash that music was of that artist they wanted to bring on?
Right.
Trash. Like,
right.
I was embarrassed almost.
He was supposed to be the
He's like this cool like underground dude, but it was trash.
Yeah. And he's a tattoo artist, you know. Did we see the tattoo that he gave to Tori? We didn't even get a peek of it, right? A little glimpse. He might be a trash tattoo artist too.
Might be. He's like the A is just like side. I don't even know.
The music this season, I haven't been in love with it.
No, I mean I just love Hakeem's like cadence. I don't know what it is about his. I like it. Like I would listen to it probably regularly. But I'm not a huge fan of even Tiana's music.
Yeah, I don't know. Music's not doing, it's not really doing it for me.
But I feel like it also is a mirror image of the music industry today. A lot of it is
where it's just disposable.
just disposable. That's why we're playing Drake. Because like, he's the only one.
Oh, shot.
But yeah, it was, that's going to be an interesting thing. Because I think I read something last week about this character and how it's going to develop a little bit more into a plot. So we'll have to see where it goes.
So moving on to our third topic.
Xavier said that music was trash trying to be knockoff Logic. That's hilarious.
Okay. I mean, that's a good, that
is great. That's a great description.
Reference.
Thank you.
That's a great reference. I like that. So since we're talking about the music, let's talk about the 20 for 20 album.
Please.
And all the drama and intrigue that is going with that. We already discussed how I don't think Tiana is involved in the 20 for 20 thing, but none of the Lyons brothers, as we have frequently discussed, have put out any music because of all the personal drama.
Right.
They're nowhere to be seen on the charts.
And that's kind of embarrassing as a franchise that is your family.
Right. Like somebody should have a hit somewhere. Yeah. Jamal's music, but Hakeem should be able to put out a banger. Right. And so your boy Chet, what's Chet's rapper name on the show?
I don't know his rapper name.
Blake?
Still. But his name's Blake.
Blake. Okay. Well,
but you could see him. Okay, so when we were talking about that, when he jumped on stage or whatever, was that planned or was it? Because I couldn't tell if it was like, oh, he's so nervous because this is his first like appearance, or did he just jump on? Because I feel like Hakeem would have been more angry if he just jumped on. But then also I don't know. I
think Blake is getting Hakeem back in touch with the street element, the irony. A white rapper getting the black guy from Philly who's labeled, the kind of privilege, but he's getting him back in touch with his, hardcore roots. Hence his suggestion to have an underground basement party to throw it back to when Cookie met Lucious. We know that album came out last season and did what it did. So I thought that was a good idea for that. And that, obviously if they stream it on Empire Extreme, we know everyone's tuned into things like Instagram Live and Tidal and stuff like that. So
he was just so slick with his whole like idea.
Yeah.
I love Andre.
Let's talk about Trai Byers, is it?
Yes.
Okay, for a second. His acting is so amazing. He brings so much depth to the character. And when he's going through those emotional moments, like when he spoke with the Reverend about his internal feelings and how he knows Lucious is ill too, and that Lucious's reaction to the things that he's done is not necessarily going to be what Andre thinks it should be, and he's not going to get the forgiveness that he's looking for because Lucious is Lucious. I think the advice to be true to yourself and heal yourself is something that family really needs to hear, because oftentimes they make it so much about the family, and that's just how this person is, that they don't really take the time to deal with the demons that they're faced with. So I like that Andre has an outlet that is outside of the music industry, outside of Empire, that he can, talk to.
Right.
So
I agree with you. And he just makes it seem like when he's acting, his acting's just so legit. It doesn't ever feel like, oh, I'm watching a like kind of soap.
Right. He really brings it. He puts it together nicely. So let's talk about more music with the 20 for 20. Jamal's music.
I mean,
Jamal and Tori's music. This group, this collective that they're putting together.
I'm not feeling it.
Is it supposed to be like the TDE family? Like, I don't know. Like,
I don't know. I'm confused a little because it's not something I would ever listen to or be a part of.
Because I know he's going a little bit edgy because he's not Heal the World Jamal anymore, because now he's killed a man and he's been shot and he's overcome addiction. So Jamal's dealing with a lot of emotions. He hates his brother because his brother tried to kill his family. It's a lot there.
But part of me wonders, like, if that all is almost his own mind overworking to say, like, I should be acting this way. I should be like this. I should be angry or, like, whatever. Because then even when he sees Tori doing the drugs, he's like, what are you doing? Like, we're going to a meeting tomorrow. Like, Jamal to his core is, like, a softy, like, sensitive dude, you know?
He must be a Pisces.
Right?
Or a Cancer.
I feel like this might pull him out of it more. I don't want to see him regress and have the same storyline again. Like, if he's going to start using, I would like to see him be like, oh, okay, back to myself.
Or do you think where they're taking them is down a dark road, but in a different way through his music and more, indie, I'm going to be a super band.
Yeah.
I don't like it. I'm just going to say.
And I like a lot of indie music. Like, I'm not one of those people that I just listen to one genre.
No, me neither. I specifically do not like Jamal's music.
No, I agree with you. And I think that's, it's just horrible.
It just doesn't work for me. And I don't know how I feel about his storyline right now. It's just kind of all over the place. It just feels like filler.
He's a little
to me.
lost.
A little bit. Well, let's take a quick intersection, and we're going to jump into everyone's new favorite segment,
Cookie's Closet.
Cookie's Closet.
Hey! Look, we got effects. If you guys have a song for us or something that you feel like we should do for Cookie's Closet, feel free. So we're going to start off tonight's looks with a look from last week of Cookie and Portia when they were at the jail going to see Pound Cake. Excuse me. Somebody mentioned in the comments last week that Pound Cake's real name was something like Sarah Lee.
Stop.
So I don't know if I missed that, but if her name on the show is actually Sarah Lee, and I guess maybe that's why they call her Pound Cake, that's funny. But let's get into their jailhouse look. Cookie always got a fur. I will say that I love that Cookie. It's probably faux. Don't come kill us if you're
vegan.
a PETA fan. So
Wait, is that what they call faux leather now? Vegan leather?
Probably,
It's more expensive. It's vegan leather.
Yeah. So I'm digging the look. I like Portia's look too. I like
Portia
how they're refining her. They're giving her a look as opposed to I'm just out there and I just wear outrageous things.
We were talking about this today, like when you're kind of just like slacking in the put together.
Yes, it happens. It happens to every.
Like
no. I know people in general, but I am saying me personally. It happens. You slack up. You're like, I'm tired. I don't really want to get dressed today or tomorrow. I don't want to wear clothes.
Or for a year.
Or makeup.
And
my hair.
She's pulling it together.
Yeah. So I like that they're bringing that out and they're showing other sides of her.
However, go ahead.
Oh, no. I was going to say I feel like she's going to be more involved in the storyline later on because someone mentioned that she has a cousin that is going to be joining the show. So I think that we're going to be, just like how we got more insight into this week into Cookie and we're finding out slowly but surely what happened with her mother and why her mother left. There seems to be a discrepancy whether the mom was cheating on the father and ran off, or if their dad was like, don't you come back here, I'll kill you.
Right.
We're unsure. So we'll learn more about that because we'll see this venturing off, but I like that. So next up,
this is my favorite. You all know.
This is Cookie off the clock. This is Taraji. Right. She was on vacation last week with her boo Kelvin.
She looks
natural
so
face. She has the little faux dreads going on with the beads. I'm digging this look. I like dressed down, and she looks very happy. That's her boo Kelvin. They've been together for a couple years now. Taraji's 47, Kelvin's 34. So get it in,
get it.
Cougar. Growl. I don't know how to make that sound effect. I'm just trying.
I don't know. That's a kitten.
Right.
Just do that. We could just do that. We could,
So she's on vacation.
She looks fantastic.
Looking,
I mean, Cookie is a gorgeous woman. And I think, honestly, she looks so much better without makeup. I love her.
Just kind of dressed down.
Love her fresh face. I say that every week, but she looks
We can go to the next one.
Next one, Josh, unless you're still looking.
See, look, she looks all happy and booed up, I like it.
It's cute. It's a good look on her.
And then our last look for Cookie's Closet tonight was a look from Hakeem tonight.
Yes.
And his underground party thing with his, what is that? A motorcycle jacket?
Yeah.
Which is very colorful, and his skinny jeans, low ripped.
Yeah.
No shirt.
I like that look.
I'm
a sucker for it.
I know Zach likes cleaner design, stuff that's more, tailored and not so loud, but I think that it was a great look. Can we talk for 2 seconds, though? If you're at a basement underground party, are you going to go to a back room? Who just plans to have a little bed back there and just get all freaky in the dirty basement underground? I was a little disturbed by that.
But then also, I guess, because I agree with you. We were both like, what? It's just beads and it's dirty and it looks like you'll catch something.
Right. And then because there are people at the party that aren't necessarily industry, what if somebody happens to roll by and takes their phone out?
Right.
I mean, that's my thing. In this day and age, you're always on camera. You don't know who's watching, who's listening. You know, he does know that. You know, maybe Hakeem was just taking her back there to have a spiritual talk.
Maybe. But also the other side of the whole artist celebrity thing, I'm not surprised, I guess, that they would have like a side room to like
to pop off something, but
pop off
to
something.
actually do, you know, to get it in there. Why do you think Tiana came to the party? I was confused. I was like, is she coming to ruin his moment because she likes having the #1 spot and she still wants the attention on her? He didn't invite her. I was kind of confused by that.
I feel like the initial motive was to come and be the center of attention. Like, you know, she'll almost be like steal the show kind of.
Right.
But she loves him deep down. She's just completely been
brainwashed.
manipulated. Yeah. And so I think now she doesn't really know. And now it's like, oh, but there always is a little bit of truth. Like, of course, Hakeem would rather her be like him be 1 and her be #2.
Yeah, indeed.
But that's the same thing for her. Of course, she would prefer to be better than him and have him right under her. That's just normal competitiveness, I think, in people, especially when you're in the same industry. No guy wants to be with a woman that makes more than him. I feel like, or unless they're like losers and they want them to support them.
Right, those hobosexuals I was talking about earlier.
Yes, those hobosexuals. And I feel like more nowadays, women too, like, it's cool to make more than your dude, or it's cool to be on par with them. Like,
nice for what to these people? You know? Like Drake said, you gotta be nice.
But I think she's still caught up in Hakeem, and then she was like, wait.
Do you think they'll get back together?
I don't know. She's on my last nerve. I almost don't want them to. I kind of want the ballerina and Hakeem to get together.
Oh, you think that is what will happen?
I don't know if that will happen, but I would be down for that because he needs like a good girl.
I mean, but Tiana was trying. She was playing mommy to Bella, and, you know, Eddie just got in her ear. At the same time, she kind of put herself on hold. She is there for her career.
And I think she's really where she wants to be at this point. Like, I think she likes the whole diva thing.
Yeah.
I think she likes that she can act that way and has something to back it up now, whereas before if she acted that way, someone would be like, what are you doing?
Right, like, you don't even have a hit.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm rooting for the ballerina Hakeem situation.
Interesting. Maya.
Maya, yes.
Do you think that Maya is going to come see Pound Cake before she passes away? Do you think Pound Cake's going to pass away once Maya comes see her?
Yeah.
You know? Right.
Yeah,
like the perfect setup,
honestly,
right?
at the end of the episode when they started panning to the right,
I thought she was going to be outside the room.
Yeah, me too. Hearing it.
I'm like, oh, she's outside the room listening. She followed Cookie there. You know.
Yeah.
But I think it's sweet that Cookie is really, you know, she has a big heart. She always throws herself full force into the situations.
It's all coming from a place of love.
Do you think it's love, or do you think some of it is guilt too in some ways?
No, she has nothing to feel guilty for towards Pound Cake.
True.
I mean,
well, she kind of got out and didn't look back. I know Pound Cake dogged her.
Right. But Pound Cake was still in jail. How much are you supposed to do?
Put something on her books? I don't know.
Yeah. Looked like she had enough on her books. Sorry, I'm done. Anyways, I gotta give the people what they want, and the people in the chat want to talk about Anika a little bit.
I mean,
and
like, that is our oh my god moment of the night.
I ruined it. I'm so sorry.
Our oh my god moment of the night was Anika getting
that little hand coming back into the screen. Oh,
with the cigar.
Yes.
Listen, Eddie, I'm not interested in being #4, but I do want to be CEO of Empire.
Yes.
Anika will forever be jealous of Cookie, and she's still mad from season 1 when Cookie whooped up on her.
Yep.
That's what I think.
100%. It's like that ex-girlfriend that can never like let it go, or like the side chick that like gets found out, and then they're like, well, actually, I'm gonna go back to my main girl.
Yeah.
And they're just like, they can't.
I think, I don't understand why in their custody agreement they didn't get Anika any psych help. She's been through quite an ordeal.
She's crazy.
She is. She's nuts. But Eddie is so desperate, he's gone to everybody.
Right.
So Anika owns enough shares to get some junk started.
But how many, like, I think maybe next episode we should sit down and do the math on these shares. How many, because what's his face owns 25%.
Shyne, yeah.
Right. Then you have, of course, Lucious. Then you have the board. Then you have, like...
Yeah, the numbers aren't adding up. It's not good math. I mean, there could be a lot of shares.
What does the granddaughter have?
But the percentages
right,
seem really off.
What would Bella have that would outweigh? Would she have more than Shyne? And if so, then what would the rest of the family have? And
how much does Hakeem have? Because there's 3 sons, and then Cookie and Lucious have their share.
Right.
Yeah, then we're going to need to check those numbers. Andre, can you run that report for us?
I'm going to need the accountant up in here for a second.
I mean, but no, you have a valid point. I just wonder what they're going to pull together, because at this point, anytime Anika comes with something, everybody's going to be looking like, what now? Really?
Right. And they're all in the chat. Everyone's like, when will she learn? Like, it's never going to work.
I mean, how many times you tried to hop on with the Dubois?
Right.
You tried to...
killed what's-her-face?
Ooh.
Rhonda?
Oh, I forgot about Rhonda, yeah. I don't know.
No.
How could I,
You killed Rhonda? Like, she's crazy.
You almost went to... Or you were in jail for a minute.
And I still wonder why Lucious hasn't turned her in for killing Rhonda.
Because she was pregnant with Bella and it birthed Bella.
And now he's just like letting it go, and Bella needs her. Does Bella really need her?
In theory, I mean, I don't know.
I'm sorry, all these questions are just coming up.
Right. Do you guys have any ideas? Do you have any answers for us? Because we are confused. But for now, let's put a pin in that and let's get to predictions.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV.
I don't know why I do that. No,
these are the ballet arms she was talking about.
This is me, creating my crystal ball so that I can see in the future. But you're going to start.
Oh. Okay. So, I think that we're going to see the whole situation with Cookie and her mom. And I think that is going to come out to be a different story than what she grew up thinking, especially with kind of the previews they gave us.
Yeah.
I think our oh my god moment already came up on the previews for next week with Shyne and Lucious pulling guns on each other.
Right.
Like,
again.
oh my gosh. Like, and someone's gonna die, and it's probably gonna be Shyne. But like, or get shot, or maybe they're both gonna be like, all right, like let's just call it even. But I don't see that happening. I don't know. You're
pulling guns. It seemed pretty intense.
And they both were like, oh shit, you have one too? Yeah,
right.
Yeah. So I'm excited to kind of see what goes on there, because we didn't really see the story develop where Lucious gives him all these chances or whatever.
Right.
And then I think that Maya is going to meet her mom. And I think she's going to have a pretty long recurring role in this. And I think that she's going to maybe outshine Tiana dance-wise or something. I don't know. Something's going to happen there.
I'm interested. I thought that was a great point. Maya and Hakeem. That could be, a little interesting conversation. We haven't seen Hakeem with a new girl in a minute.
Right.
And Tiana's still tripping. Yep. So, we'll have to see.
Where's Bella been, too?
With a sitter.
Okay.
With the nanny. Yeah. Something like that. Right now, it's not important.
And of course, I think we'll see more dope clothes.
Absolutely. 100%. Gotta be. So, my prediction, I think Eddie will be back again at some point. I think that whatever he and Anika try... Anika, how are you going to be CEO? You couldn't even handle just being the head of A&R.
Yeah, that's just unrealistic.
I feel like Anika has to die.
Yeah, I agree.
It might be time.
They agree.
They agree with that.
For her to die.
I feel like she can't make it out of this season. There's no way.
No.
She can't. I don't understand how it's going to go down. So I'm saying that Anika doesn't make it to season 6. We're in season 5 right now, right? 4. Or is it 4? Okay, season 5.
4 part B.
4 part B. Sorry. So I think something tragic happens to Anika. I want to see Tori disappear for a little bit.
Me too. I'm over Tori.
I thought I liked her much more than I did. She was much more interesting when she was dating Tiana and Jamal.
Yeah.
So.
And honestly, I was just thinking maybe Eddie it gets really crazy and he ends up killing Anika or something crazy.
Oh, obviously he pushes that manipulator button because he...
Silver Watcher 30 goes, die Anika, die.
Wow, okay.
They're here for it.
They're here for it. I want to know how he pushed that artist into the pill use and how they covered that up, because How can
Right?
you really cover something like that up? I mean, I
Right.
get that there was a settlement and you couldn't
Right.
talk about it, but just that no news of it leaked
And
out
that
anywhere.
no one really knew close to her. Her
Right.
friends didn't know,
That seemed a little strange to
Yeah.
me. But I am interested to see what happens with that.
Yes.
And I, like you, I'm like, so are we moving away from Killer Lucious or are we moving back to it? I'm curious to see kind of how that goes down because, you know,
Or almost maybe an evolution of Killer Lucius where the end goal is still the same, but the way he goes about it is a little more civilized.
well, I mean, literally killer. Like,
Yeah.
are we going to see him pull the trigger on
Oh,
somebody
oh,
again?
yeah, I don't
you know,
think
because
so.
he hasn't been doing that as of late. He's thought about it. You know, we saw him polishing up bullets maybe for Eddie, but ended up going away. Do we think any of Eddie's wives are going to be back? Do we think that they're going to hang around?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
just wife 2 and 3. I think wife 1 was the last one that came in.
Yeah,
she's
she's
just, she was
irrelevant.
just there for like,
Wife 3,
number 1.
Nicole, Ratchet number 3, Nicole
Yeah.
Ari Parker's
Yes,
role.
yes.
Yeah, I think we'll see her again. I just wonder, like, well, he's divorced from all of them, so.
But it seems like they're still getting it on,
Right.
right?
Yeah, because last week, I think, or was it the week before, something happened at the table,
Yeah.
remember?
Yeah.
So.
Something.
Some
Something.
hands in some places, you know. Baby, please. I can't sing. I was going to sing.
You tried twice,
I was
though.
going to
You
sing
tried.
plies, please excuse my hands. You know, because they were all over the place. But.
I can't because I'm just picturing plies. Ooh.
So, sorry guys. So much funny. Just, you know,
much.
because Eddie's a perv.
Eddie, he's
And
full-fledged.
Forrest Whitaker is playing the hell out of that role
Yes,
because
he's
I'm
enjoying
like
it.
you. He really does sometimes give creep vibes. And it's like, and he's so nice, but you're like, ew,
he's like,
you're a creep. Yeah, it's
Uncle
nasty.
Eddie, you gross. You nasty.
So I also think that we're going to see more of Underground Rapper. And I think
Yeah.
that something is going to brew some type of beef between Underground Rapper and Blake.
Okay, so we have Underground, because Underground Rapper, what is his ethnicity?
I can't remember his name. He seems Latino.
Latino? Okay.
Yeah,
So
and
we
he's
got
very
everything
much for the
covered.
people.
Yeah.
But, you know, I think something's going to pop off with him and Blake because Blake probably for Underground Rapper is not authentic no matter what his backstory
Right,
is.
right.
And he's going to have a problem with that,
Yep.
like with Empire.
Yep.
So
Feel
we're
it.
going to see how that goes. You know, that's kind of it.
That's
you
it, guys. I think we crammed it all in.
Smash, smash, smash. So,
Yeah.
Abigail, tell them where they can find you.
Thanks for joining us tonight, guys. Again, please let us know what you thought, what you'd like to see. Give us some thumbs up. And you can follow me on all my social media at Abigail__AF.
Listen to her podcast too, guys.
Yes, listen to my podcast. I think it's coming out Saturday. Next episode. It's funny.
Amazing. And you can obviously keep up with all of that by following her everywhere. And follow me at Stiletto Jill, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat when I snap. And hit us up because we want to shout you out, hear what you like, hear what you don't like, and talk more about Empire. I'm Jill Munroe. Thank you for checking us out. We will see you next week, hopefully with a full panel.
Yes.
Until then, bye.
Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the host only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.